That's amazing.
Alrighty. Gonna be showing my build here. Let me go to Book of Coordination. So to start off, I do 750 Swiftness, 249 Specialization, and then 1 crit. And yeah, because Swiftness and Specialization are the two things she actually uses. I do run the Decimation Ray just because it's a lot easier to hit, although the Spear Bomb is way funner. But so first off, Chain Step, run that on my Q. Gonna be 10 points in that. I like to run the move distance. Also the plus attack power, 30% attack power after you run it 3 times. And then the minus energy cost, which would definitely impact your energy usage because you usually engage with this, so you need that energy afterwards to run the rest of your combo. Then I run this Deadly Fingers, good amount of damage. It keeps people in chain CC. I like to run the wide hit just for more room for mistakes or whatever. And I run the fire hit as well just to get that extra damage off. You can swap this out for one of these other ones. It kind of just depends on your playstyle, I guess. I definitely run this one though, plus 50% damage increase on it, so that's pretty good. Then next is going to be Heavenly Squash, which is my favorite ability. 10 points, of course, in this one and the other one. I run this one's kind of, you can check it out yourself. It's not like set in stone or nothing. This is just what I've started to use this so far. Minus 20% energy and then plus 30% damage, because this is like probably your highest damaging ability. I do run it with a fire enhancement just to get that extra damage, because all that tick damage definitely adds up. And then of course this one changes it into normal mode, so you don't have to double cast it from top down. This goes straight forward, pretty easy to hit. This is going to be your finishing, or whenever someone's in the air or knocked down, this is when you want to use this to get that extra, what is it, yeah, 30% damage to foes down on the ground or in the air. And then for my R, I run Tempest Blast, 10 points as well. This one, so okay, I'll get to this. This one you can run at 10 or 7, because instead of having this one at 10, you can have, what is it, this Magic Palm at 7, so you can get the tenacity off the thing, which could be really good. I kind of mistake myself thinking I have this, but I don't. It just lets you just do stuff more, and especially if you know you're gonna get CC'd, you could just drop that real quick, and then once they expend their CC, you can just dash out or whatever. But for now, I'm running 10. I think I'm probably gonna swap this to the other one, to be honest, just because it's good, but this ability is mostly used to set up. So I run the stun foes for 3 seconds on hit, which is by far I think the best one. Yeah, and then I run shortens the charge up time, so it's like an instant cast almost, easier to hit people with. And then I run the extra 4 meters and the damage buff. The damage buff isn't too crazy because I'm not even sure if it does do damage, but I think you have to hit it like perfectly in the middle. Whereas if you hit like the sides of it, you'll still get that stun, which is generally what you're using this ability for. But I probably gonna take this one out for the super armor. I mean, whatever sturdiness on this one, push immunity. And then so this one's gonna be the Force Orb, 10 as well on this one, because you need that triple shot, which is super good just to cover a bunch of area. You could just toss it out even range and people walk into it by accident all the time. I run it without the cooldown. I mean with the cooldown just to get it off more. These ones aren't too crazy. Energy cost isn't insane once you have your tier 2 up. Then I run the damage buff just to get the extra damage and burn going and stuff. And then of course the three shots. And then this is where the other one comes in, the magnetic palm. I'm pretty sure it pulls people in, so it's actually pretty decent. Running the damage reduction, this is your like side ability. This is like the ability you use the least almost, or at least that's I've been running. Oh shit, it's not right then. But yeah. yeah, so I would run. Oh, I didn't even have it ticked this whole time. This is the build I use all the time. But yeah. So I would probably try to get this one. To be honest, I would take off
This is the proving grounds.
this one and put it onto here. Then you could just drop that extra point in here if you want. And then I'd take the tenacity just so you can do some weird stuff with that and try to get that push immunity going in like nice clutch situations. And the next one's going to be on the D key. This is just what I use. I just kind of find this comfortable. Slash is what I kind of started using. But yeah, for the D, this one's going to be... This is kind of... Okay, so this one I use for... I mean, for this, essentially. You crouch backwards, then you do like a kick, basically. Instead of doing what the ability says, you do a quick kick that just launches people in the air. It does a decent amount of damage. I like to run the AoE radius on this just to get the more room for mistakes or whatever. And then I do run the burn because this actually adds up. If you do the math, it adds up pretty nicely. Extra damage is pretty good. I haven't really tried this one. This one sounds kind of cool, just having an after image of yourself, and that technically damages them, I guess. But yeah, I like to run the extra damage just so I'm in and out and just getting that burn damage with all the other burn damage, you know, just ticking away. And then this is where I like to use. Some people run some of these other ones that are more close range, but I like to use this energy blast just because I think the ability is cool, and it's a really good item just to get a bunch of chip damage off, and to like just CC them down into the corner, finishing off a combo or to start a combo. It's pretty good. I run 10 points on this one. So this one's kind of subjective to an extent. You can kind of play around if you really want to, but I think this increased stagger to high, just slowing them down and everything, is going to be really nice. Increase the range by 5. I think this is kind of really necessary, just so, especially in the 1v1 elimination arena, you can pretty much like hit anyone into the corner and just get the full effect off just by having this extra range. And then I run this one where it does that extra like charged hit afterwards. I haven't really tried this one yet, but I think the extra charge is probably better still. And yeah, so generally what I would start with, I'd try to get a nice, either start with the R to like stun them and then get some chip damage with this this beam ability, the energy blast. Or you could start with the R to get them stunned and then rush in to get the A off, which is another knock-up. Double knock-up with this, and then as they're on the ground or in the air still, you'll knock them up again with this. But sometimes, and then generally you would finish off with this. But this is best to just use, you know, like midway. You don't have to run all 5 abilities just to get this off. I've been thinking about that more lately because a lot of people can just, if they have their little recover thing, as soon as you're knocked up and you hit the ground, you press space, you can recover instantly. Generally, you won't be able to get this off because they're able to get that quickly. So you can start with like R to set it up, jump in with Q, hit him with an A or a D, or D then A. It kind of doesn't matter too much. I usually start with A though, and then hit them with the E. And then maybe you try to get the S off, the little where you jump on the ground, because it does do a little knock up. And if you can manage to get that knock up, then you can run it right after with this Deadly Fingers to keep him in the air and get that extra damage. And then you would want to back up and, you know, use the energy blast, and hopefully this will probably be back on cooldown. You could just chip away. But yeah, and then of course the decimating ray is just really good. Kind of just want to use it whenever. It's not too big of a deal. You can easily set it up by hitting this Tempest blast just to stun him, and then yeah, just immediately shoot him down with the father-son Gohan situation gun. And yeah, that's the build I currently run. Like I said, the Tempest blast and the magnetic palm, and probably the energy blast, they're all kind of like, you can mess around with them really, but generally the D, A, W, E, you're gonna want to keep generally what I have. I mean, you don't have to, of course, but that's just what I do. Maybe the D, I've been thinking about it, this extra burn is not completely necessary, but it's good to have, and it's pretty easy hit, easy ability to get off and combo and all that good stuff. But yeah, that's what I run. I've been playing for a decent while. I hit level 28, and then I just been non-stop PvPing. It's just too fun on this game. This is my first time ever playing this like MMO type of style PvP situation going. But I could never get past like the whole leveling to like 100 or whatever before being able to PvP, or like the games that have you wait a couple months before they actually enable like the PvP Warsong Gulch whatever going on. And yeah, so oh yeah, pretty good. I don't even know what this is. 5 Fever Time. I've never seen that. But yeah, that's my build. Try it out. It's pretty fun. Soulfist is extremely underrated, so if you're still in between some classes, you know, I don't want to get too many people playing my class, but it's definitely a fun class, and it's like basically DBZ fighter, you know, Dragon Ball Z, doing all that good stuff. You know, charging up, KO cannon, all that good stuff. But yeah, that's the build. And if this has helped you in any way, you know, consider doing the thing. You know the thing. Yeah, do the thing.